is up, my people? Welcome back to the channel for another video. I'm your boy Nassim the Dream. If you're new to the channel, just go right on ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell as well to always keep notified on my newest content. And I got a little bit of a special video. Today, I will be reviewing the newest Marvel Cinematic Universe movie out right now, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Now, before I continue on with my review, I just want to say, yes, I will be getting into spoilers for this review. Also want to mention, I'm not going to talk about play-by-play everything that is going on in this movie. Otherwise, I'd probably be making like an hour-long video at this point. I'm really just going to be taking out the biggest things, the biggest highlights that really grabbed onto me, and one of the most important things that really happens in this movie that matters for the future of the MCU. All right, now that I let on the ground lines, one more warning for spoilers. Let's get right into this review. Doctor Strange is directed by Sam Raimi, starring Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange, Elizabeth Olsen as Wanda Maximoff, Selena Gomez as America Chavez, Benedict Wong as Juan, and Rachel McAdams as Christine Palmer, just to really name some of the bigger names into this plot. In the beginning of the movie, you start to see Defender Strange with America Chavez running away from this monster being that is chasing them, trying to kill them. And it is obvious that at this point, the monsters are in pursuit of this girl for her power, which her power is, she is the only being who can physically travel to the multiverse. But the only problem is that we already see it in this intro that she does not know how to control her power. Doctor Strange becomes weary of this when the monster is about to catch them and she's about to take her power, which would be killing her. He even goes about saying that same exact line that he says in the new Spider-Man No Way Home movie. Then right before he takes his power, boom, the monster kills him, and then all of a sudden she screams and they end up in another universe in the MCU. Skipping some of the plot at this point, we then see Doctor Strange see America Chavez in the street being chased by another big giant monster. The current Sorcerer Supreme in the MCU, Wong, comes out of nowhere, saves the day, and helps Doctor Strange take down the monster in a gory fashion, by the way. That was a wild kill, taking out that thing's eye. That was crazy. After this, Wong and Doctor Strange try to talk to America Chavez, try to figure out who she is, where she's from, why she's running. She pretty much spills the being about everything, saying that she could travel to the multiverse, even saying to Doctor Strange that his variant self tried to kill her a lot of other times. So of course Strange and Wong are trying to figure out who's trying to take this girl, who's trying to kidnap her and try to take her power. And then they put the two together, realizing that there is like these ritual markings on these monsters which symbolize witchcraft, and putting in the two together and say, oh, we know a witch, maybe she can help us, that being Wanda Maximoff. From here, Doctor Strange goes to meet Wanda, asks for help, and then, whoa, plot twist, it's actually Wanda that is trying to kidnap America Chavez. So her main motive is to take America Chavez's power so herself can travel to a different universe so she can be with the kids that we see in WandaVision. And of course, if we know she doesn't have these kids, she doesn't have vision, she's deep down depressed, probably wants to die. In the Darkhold reads about America Chavez's power, finding out that she could take this power and get what she wants in the end. Strange, of course, is like, oh shit, nah, dog, we can't go for that. And then she's just saying like, all right, well, if you don't give me the kid, I'm about to come over there and bust y'all ass. From here, Wanda comes to Kamar-Taj and tries to talk to Doctor Strange, doesn't work out, and then yeah, she just starts her attack onto Kamar-Taj, trying to take the girl's power. The thing that is so crazy that we gotta remember that she has the power of the Scarlet Witch. Now, if you don't really know what that means, I don't really feel like getting deep into that, because like I said, this video is just gonna be way too long. But just know that since she upholds this power and she knows how strong she really is, especially with her having the Darkhold, she's like unstoppable. She's like controlling people's minds, like making them open this shield, and then she just starts going ham in this bitch. Like, she is wrecking shit. She even happens to get out of the mirror dimension that Strange traps her in, and then still comes up in a very creepy grudge way, like, yo, by the way, let me mention that Sam Raimi is really known for his horror movies, so he's inserting a lot of these horror elements into this movie that I think are just amazing. If you love horror, or if you're getting into horror, I think this is a great movie to watch. So right before she's about to take America Chavez gets scared. Like she said, that's the only way she can open the portal to a different universe, is when she's like super scared. That happens, and then Strange dives in to try to save her, and then Strange and America Chavez end up going through that portal into a whole different universe. The thing that I love about this movie is that from the first movie, they did like that really sick moment when Doctor Strange first goes to Kamar-Taj, and then he's talking to the Ancient One, but like, he's very ignorant at this point. He's like really egotistical. He's not believing all the magic and everything. He's like, oh, it's a bunch of bullshit. And then boom, she touches his forehead, and then he just goes sending through dimensions. I honestly really like the way that they did it in this movie too. I don't really know if I can tell you which ones that I liked the better. The effects were I think they were equally as great. They were both different in their own ways, and I'm glad that they still brought in that element of, like, you know, the trippy, artistic, colorful aspect of the movie. I think that made Doctor Strange, the first one, so good visually, and I think it makes it even better for this one. So after they go through this portal, they end up in Universe 838. Now, we don't know this eventually until we go progressing more into this when they find some people into this universe, but I'm just gonna put that right now. They find out that this is Universe 838 that they land in, and then the MCU universe is 616. And if you don't know anything familiar about comics, 616 is the main Marvel universe. So while they're here, Wanda is gonna try to figure out how to daydream, which daydreaming is pretty much a way where a sorceress, or in this point a witch, can literally remotely access and hack her version of herself in an entirely different universe. So that's basically what she does. She hacks into herself into that same universe. That universe of Wanda Maximoff has children, but no Vision is around. We're not really sure why, what happened to Vision. Maybe the same thing happened to Vision when Thanos came to that universe. We're not really sure. But either way she does that, she breaks into tears when she's really physically there with her real children. It is a very heartbreaking moment. It is very sad. So getting back to Strange and America Chavez, their solution is to try to find Doctor Strange's variant self in that same universe that they landed in hopes to find a solution to get back safely and to fight Wanda with the Book of Vishanti, which is the book that they were seeing into the intro of this movie. Then while they're traveling through this New York version, utopia looking kind of baller place, they find Bruce Campbell in a cameo of him like serving pizza balls. If you don't know Bruce Campbell, he's the major role into The Evil Dead, which was also directed by Sam Raimi. And also, if you're familiar with Sam Raimi's Marvel movies that he originally directed with the first trilogy for the Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire, Bruce Campbell has a cameo in each of those movies. The thing that was really funny about this one is how much it really resembles and gives a little bit more of that Easter egg of Ash in The Evil Dead. And then with the post-credit scene, the second post-credit scene of him saying, still punching himself in the face, and then all of a sudden the spell wears off. He's like, oh, it's finally over. Okay, so we get past this, they find Kamar-Taj, and then what they find is a huge statue of Doctor Strange, and then written in the Grail, it says Doctor Strange gave his life fighting Thanos in this universe. So apparently that Doctor Strange is dead in this universe from their version of an Infinity War. So then we're like, well, who's guarding the Sanctum? Who's the Sorcerer Supreme? And then boom, enters Mordo. You get like a little bit of that tension in there, throwing about like think they're about to fight or something. But in the twist, this Mordo is actually friendly. But then progressing deeper into this scene, we then see Mordo portray the both of them by putting some kind of drug into their beverage, and then they just pass out, and then leads on to another scene. While this is happening, one of the surviving members in the Kamar-Taj destroys the Darkhold that Wanda is using in the MCU universe, and then after that they try to figure out how are they going to try to use the Darkhold, and then Wong spills the beans after Wanda almost kills like all the students in there, and then he says that was just a copy. There seems to be legends of a temple that holds all the chaos magic, and then they try to find that while they're in this other universe. When we go back to Doctor Strange, we see that we're finally about to get led into the big reveal of the Illuminati that we were first seeing previewed in the trailer. It wasn't said that they were Illuminati, but like I said, if you know about comics, you know that you're gonna see the Illuminati in this movie. Which then, yes, we get the final reveal of the Illuminati, which is pretty close to accurate to the original lineup of the Illuminati. So first we got Mordo, and then next we got Peggy Carter playing Captain Carter. Black Bolt from the Inhumans, which actually I guess they used the same actor from Inhumans. I didn't watch Inhumans, I heard it was trash. I really want to watch it, but I just was advised not really important. Maria Rambeau as Captain Marvel, the huge reveal of Reed Richards in the MCU, played by John Kranzinski. But what made this really even crazy about the casting of John Kranzinski as Reed Richards in this universe, at least, is that the fans were talking about they wanted this cast member in this movie as Reed Richards for a while, like a while. I don't even know how long at this point. It's definitely been years. And oh my God, was it amazing. Like, oh, it was so great. It felt so normal. It just felt so, it felt right. It felt right. And then the final reveal, Professor Charles Xavier, head in the chair. So the reason why the Illuminati even formed was because of Doctor Strange in this universe. The reason why he did that is so that they can group together to make really hard decisions and benefit for their lives in their universe. The Illuminati reveals to the MCU Doctor Strange that their Doctor Strange didn't fight dying Thanos. He died because the Illuminati killed him. And the reason why of them doing that is because of an incursion. Now, what an incursion is, in a nutshell, is pretty much two universes colliding into each other thus resulting in the destruction of one of them or both. Doctor Strange was trying to go about it alone and using the Book of the Damned, the Darkhold, to use it on his own against Thanos. And then what evidently happened is that he got too caught up into the madness and the chaos, went too far, and then ended up causing an incursion, thus resulting in one of those universes that was colliding totally annihilated. And that's trillions dead. Like everybody, every galaxy, like everybody in that universe dead. Now, of course, he didn't mean to do that, but that is what happened, and then thus resulting in them having to kill him, so he wasn't tempted anymore by the Darkhold or the Book of the Shadow. Soon enough, Wanda finds their location, and shit gets bizarre. The Illuminati come out of nowhere. Reed Richards, Captain Marvel, Captain Carter, and Black Bolt come to stop her first. Reed Richards tries to reason with Wanda not really going about it, with Reed saying Black Bolt can kill you with one whisper from his mouth. Wanda goes, what mouth? Zooms out of Buddy's face, and he don't have a mouth. And when he like freaks out, he accidentally speaks, and he blows his head off. Like, I don't know about y'all, but when I seen that, the entire movie flipped. So then, yeah, Wanda just goes on a bloodfest and kills all of them. Killed all of them. In like a pretty brutal way. I did not know they can go this far with a PG-13 movie. The thing that was just so wild and shocking about this movie for me at this very point in the story, I never ever thought that Disney would even dare to get this violent. And seeing some of the newest content, yeah, it's definitely been seen, like at least from the Moon Knight show, that damn, they really are pushing the limit. They took it a different way in this movie, and that shit was just freaking bonkers. So then, yes, after this, Wanda eventually finds Strange and America Chavez trying to take the Book of Ashanti, destroys the Book of Ashanti, and then takes America Chavez back to her original universe, leaving Doctor Strange there, and while she sets up a ceremony so she can take her power for her desire. Eventually, Doctor Strange goes to find Sinister Strange because he realizes that he needs the Darkhold in order to daydream so he can help save America. Finds Sinister Strange, has a very sick fighting scene while they use some musical sheets that was pretty dope. MCU Strange winds up using the book to daydream and Defender Strange's dead body, and then, evidently enough, fights Wanda and then helps America Chavez gain her power so she can actually use it. And the way that they actually beat Wanda is giving Wanda what she really wanted. Right before Wanda's about to take America's power, boom, goes in that same room, that same dimension with their children, and they scream in terror when they see her version of her mother, and when they scream witch. This coming to realization that she has become a monster, even though she really isn't that. Like, the thing about Wanda is that her pursuing this goal into taking this girl's power, it is very dark, it is very selfish, but dude, it's kind of justified. Like, she lost everything. She's seen her parents die in front of her. She's seen her brother die in front of her. Had to kill the love of her life when it pretty much meant nothing because Thanos just used a time stone to revert back time and killed him anyway and took the Mind Stone. And then on top of all that, accidentally takes a whole town in hostage and makes like this whole family kind of Vision thing of her actually happy with Vision and kids. And then eventually having to give that up and being in more pain. Then when Wanda realizes that she has to stop all this chaos, she then destroys the temple where no one can ever be tempted by the power of the Darkhold ever again. Evidently in every universe, I don't really know how true that is, but it seems like so far with this movie portrayed, the Darkhold was destroyed in every universe. We transition after this, America starts to train as a sorcerer, and then Doctor Strange just wilds out in the street, and then his third eye pops up, which is the Eye of Agamotto. Now, it seems like this could be a bad thing because we know that what the Darkhold can really do to you, how it could corrupt your soul and make you do some evil shit. But it seems like in this scenario, it wasn't a bad thing. It was just more so a good thing, showing that Doctor Strange has become a lot stronger than what he used to be. Then getting into the major post-credit scene, we then see Clea, played as Charlize Theron, popping up telling Strange that he's created an incursion and that they need to fix it. For a brief understanding of Clea, she's from the Dark Dimension, the dimension that we first seen Dormammu in the first Doctor Strange, but it seems like it might be a different universe, we're not too sure yet, but she's essentially the niece of Dormammu. And I'm not sure if she is in this universe, but she's supposed to be the Sorcerer Supreme of the Dark Dimension. I won't go too far into what I know about Clea. I'll kind of leave it right there. That way I don't really, and if you don't really want to theorize with me, that's all good. So I'll just leave it right there. But my verdict for this movie, y'all, I honestly thought It was fantastic. I was really happy to see what Marvel could do with horror elements. I was very, very satisfied. I could not believe they went this far with PG-13. I didn't even think you could. I thought this would be some rated R action, to be totally honest. So I can't even imagine if Disney's like, you know what, fuck it. Let's make another rated R movie. Let's fucking do it. Let's do it. I thought Danny Elfman creating the score for this movie was pretty solid. The performances from everybody in here, especially from Elizabeth Olsen. Wow, dude, like, I think the Scarlet Witch, to me, is like the most bold, presented, and authentic villain that you could get from a Marvel movie right now. So, like, I know probably pissing off a lot of people, say, whoa, Thanos was a whole nother level. Yes, he was. Okay, we know that. Okay, we know what Thanos can do, how big of a threat he is in every universe, okay? But the way they displayed those two villains neck and neck, they did a good job of showing how wild the Scarlet Witch can really get, because that is how wild it could get. She, like, killed so many people, could have killed way more, destroyed, wiped out the Illuminati, and made it look easy. Those are some of the strongest, smartest, most powerful heroes in all of Marvel, and she killed all of them. I really thought this story was magnificent. I was not disappointed at all with the build-up at all. I really thought they did a great job. I mean, I love the cast so much. I love what they did with the camera. I love what they did with the special effects. I don't have that many complaints. I think it's a little bit short. I don't really know what I would suggest that I would have wanted more of. I really don't know what I would have wanted more of. So honestly, I don't really have that many complaints. I think the movie's fantastic. If you love comic book movies, 100% think you should check it out. I thought Sam Raimi did a great job, and I love this movie. I think you should check it out. And that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, go and like, share, and comment down below of what you thought of this movie, and I will catch you in the next one.